So what's been going on? I've been hearing some news from Sony lately. I don't know if that's what you're talking about right now.
Yeah, we will be talking about right now the PlayStation halting all disc production January 2028.
Yeah. Yeah, that's some big news right there.
I mean, it became the talk of the town, like
Yeah,
it was crazy.
a lot for okay, so what I've been seeing is a lot of people canceling their PlayStation Plus subscription due to this and one other recent Sony news.
Yeah, I don't have it saved, which upsets me because I thought I did. But yeah, they also are raising the prices of PlayStation Plus subscriptions.
Oh, that wasn't the other bit of news. That was the
So what was the other one then?
So the PS3 and PS Vita,
That's right.
The store is finally closing next year. So
which that one isn't to me as big of a deal, if I'm being honest.
Well, that one is kind of a big deal for me because it's not that I have a huge library digitally. It's because there's quite a few purchases I have there, which granted, I know I can still download them once the store closes. I understand that. But there's still that scare that, okay, they're closing the store. Their next step is then to like, okay, you're not going to be able to access the servers at all. So there's that part that I'm worried about. The other part is that there's a bunch of DLCs on the stores that like they're going to be gone forever. Like you're never going to be able to buy them again. Like, and that's the only way you're able to get them is through the PlayStation Store. So that's another thing I'm worried about, and I'm hoping that when they actually do get around to closing the stores, that they'll that the publishers will put all of the DLCs on sale, like 90% off or something. Because I will.
Zombie Boy says some of these physical games still require an internet connection to play as well.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I actually remember one in particular, Mercenaries 2. Have you ever played that game at all?
No.
Okay. So it's not that it requires an internet connection to play, because you could play it offline. But there's certain things. In order for you to get certain trophies, you have to connect to the EA server in order to get certain trophies in the game.
Yeah.
And EA completely shut that down. Like there's no way to get those trophies now, even though they're not multiplayer. So it's like it's so fucking ridiculous. But yeah, it's basically the same sentiment. It's like, dude, some of these games do require an internet connection. I think Battlefield 3 is one, right? I think that one requires an internet connection in order to play it. I don't know.
Ken Cross is here. Welcome to the stream. Says raid. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for that.
No, so this news here, right? Mm-hmm. I've seen mostly negative mostly negative thoughts on all of this, and it's like, what is like? There's been plenty of blame throws around. Jim is here. Thank you. Yeah, right. Thank you, Jim, for the raid, and welcome all of Jim's people. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you are into talking about nerd news, nerd talk, and nerdstalgia, as I call it, every Wednesday night right here. And if you are into independent comics, don't forget to subscribe, as well as very soon news will be coming out of my personal independent comic that I'm working on. Welcome, nice. Everyone. So a lot of reasons why this is possibly happening. A lot of blame thrown around. Is it the AI? Is it the secondary market? Is it the just corporate greed? And so where do you stand on the?
Well, I'm first and foremost always a physical collector. Like I have I think I'm now over 1,000 physical copies of video games, not even counting the PC copies I have, which is now very few because I got rid of a bunch of them. Stupid me. So I've always been that, and the reason why I've been really focusing on that is because like I've lived almost an entire year without the internet. I know what it's like. So seeing something like this, uh, not being able to have your own offline copy of a video game, granted there might be some patches, but hopefully it's not necessary to play them. Um, it it can like it's leaving a sour taste in a bunch of people's mouths, especially mine. You know,
Yeah.
because
And
yeah,
um yeah, there's, like I said, people have said, well, the AI has made RAM prices go up, so they,
hmm
they're not making as much money on consoles, so they want to push for digital subscription based, you know, distribution. It's um all these problems. And I do know that it's like there have been problems with the RAM and how RAM companies now sell directly to server farms. They don't sell to like,
hmm
all this stuff. And if they do sell, the price is higher, all this stuff. But it's really just, I think it's the corporate greed, right? And there's an easy thing that you can point to as to why that's happening. And it's like, look at the price on God of War Ragnarok at Walmart, right? Physical copy is $27, you
yep,
know? And then what is it if you go to the PlayStation Store and buy it right now? It's full price at $70.
yeah.
So all that money that PlayStation can't get. And so yeah, that's what they that's what they want. That's really the reason.
Right.
Yeah.
And there is quite a bit of corporate greed. I definitely agree with that. Like we're talking about a console where Sony has complete control of their store. And
Yeah.
if it's going to be only their store, what are the chances of them actually putting games on sale? What are the chances of you being able to pick up a copy on the cheap of a game that we're now approaching $80 games, you know?
Yeah. And
So
and if it wasn't for Mario Kart World going as bad as it did, we would be in a world with $100 base price.
pretty much, everybody was speculating that GTA 6 was going to be $100,
And it more or
and
less is. Like,
oh, it is. It is. If you want the complete map, if you want to be able to play it early, if you
yeah.
want, the extra. I don't know if they're adding costumes or something like that, but I just heard.
There'll
Yeah.
be more outfits and stuff because they're all
hmm
basically, there's unique stores, and those unique stores have all unique things. So
Right.
they're all everything in that is unique to the Ultimate Edition, including mods for your vehicles and even story missions. Like there's select stories that are locked behind Ultimate Edition as well.
Right.
Which is not unique to GTA 6, to be fair, but it does, on top of the fact that there's just straight up no discs in GTA 6 whatsoever. You'll never get a GTA 6 disc in your life,
Nope.
and what people already were expecting to be the $100 thing. Like someone said, an $100 edition of a game used to give you a whole ass statue, you know?
Oh, that's true. Very true.
Like you used to get a lot for $100. Now you're just getting the game. Like you're getting the game and the DLC that used to cost you like maybe 10 to 20 more,
hmm
so, and like,
Yeah.
and just completely locked digital to where you'll only you'll be beholden to what these companies are willing to give you for that game.
Right.
Uh,
So, and speaking of that whole, getting that whole last statue, like there were some publishers that still happen to do that, upwards of $200, where you get all these nice trinkets to put on your shelf and stuff like that. Once these physical editions leave, you're not going to see that anymore. I don't
no.
think you will, because there's really no point. So if we're
Yeah,
talking
like
about, go ahead.
well, like I ordered the Black Flag Resynced physical edition. I always get the physical editions for Assassin's Creed, and it comes with a map of the Caribbean. Like that's something that's so like it's something that they probably would have done in 2014 if they had the means to, because that's such a 2014 thing to do. Because GTA 5 did it, right? And I think Witcher did it, and like so many other games used to be like, yeah, here's the map, right? Like that, isn't that cool? Isn't that nice? Like, but now you don't even get the map. You don't even get the instruction booklet no more. You don't get none of it. You don't even get the game in your physical edition. They are selling physical editions of GTA 6, right? That's just a code on a paper. like what inside the case? Like what am I getting this for?
Right. So Draw Zombies here. He says, I think the company should rinse their customers dry. They are so domesticated. They want to boycott anything. They'll still consume. That is also true.
They won't boycott anything. So it's like, like steal all their money and force them to grow some balls, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we're experiencing that with GTA 6. Like that's what we're seeing.
We're seeing it with PlayStation, especially.
Oh well, that's the thing. We're yet to see what's going to happen. I mean, obviously, their stock prices risen by 3%, I think it was. But still, all we're seeing are pissed off consumers. We haven't got to that point like where the PS6 releases, probably without a disk drive. Are people going to boycott that? We don't know yet. You know, but GTA 6, even though people are pissed off, extremely pissed off that there is no disc physical copy. There's just a shiny case with a code inside. People are still pre-ordering that, despite them bitching and moaning. So those particular people that are just completely upset about this, like voicing their opinions, yet they still go out and buy it. Yeah, I agree with Draw Zombie. They deserve to be fleeced.
It's a tough slope, because I think what made it worse is everything happening all at once with that. If it was just GTA 6 being like, yeah, we're digital only and our ultimate edition is $100, I think that's an easier pill to swallow. Because it's like, yeah, okay, like it sucks that it's not, because GTA has licensing problems, right? Because they license music and everything. So if there's ever was a game that was going to like delete itself, that it would be this one, right? It would just be like, oh yeah, like we're going to delete it. That's why I think the Stop Killing Games law needed to be a thing, where to be like, yeah, if you're going to delete a game forever, you have to make it playable in some regard or refund all the money. Because I feel like Rockstar wouldn't refund anyone's money. They just delete it and be like, yeah, thanks for the $100. We'll use it to fund fucking GTA 7, right? So there was that. And then Sony comes out and is like, yeah, we're getting rid of all physical games entirely. Play does have limits after all. And
it does.
And so it's like, like this is even worse, right? Like it's like this is bad, like straight up. And then Xbox comes out and it goes, no, hold on, we're not done. We are now just gonna lay off thousands of people and cancel a bunch of games and fuck you. So
yeah, that's the other bit of news that I heard, and it's like, well,
yeah, we'll get to that too.
Yeah, we're talking about. Well, yeah, we'll get to it then.
Yeah.
So there's one other thing I wanted to bring up. I don't know if you wanted to read that. I don't know how you work.
I think it goes through a lot of what. Yeah. So this was just the blog where they said it. So their official word was, as consumer preferences and the broader entertainment industry continue to shift away from physical discs to digital, physical game disc production for all new games releasing on PlayStation consoles will be discontinued starting January 2028. Following this date, new games will be available on PlayStation Store and at retailers in digital formats only. This transition has no impact on games that already released or will be releasing prior to January 2028 in disc format. And then they're like, yeah, we have to do that, drive innovation. Like that. So the one important note with this too is January 2028. Do you think that's the PlayStation 6 launch time?
I don't think that's going to be the launch time. I think that would be too early. Usually Sony consoles release in November. So what I can see happening is they'll release the PS6 in November. Oh, geez. When do they usually announce things before an actual release? Is it like 6 months?
Oh, I don't know off the top of my head.
Okay. Well, it's either going to be November of 27 or November of 28. Because that's usually when they do it. So I don't know. I mean, it could be that they're just going to stop manufacturing just a few months into the PS6's lifetime, you know. But they're
Yeah,
obviously going to release it without a disk drive. It's quite
yeah, hundred
obvious.
percent.
There's no point. Yeah, they already announced that they're going to stop manufacturing physical games.
Well, and
So,
not only that, they've not only announced the stopping of manufacturing, the warehouse or the factory they were using has been completely like is working on getting gutted. Like they're not stopping.
I heard about that too.
Is what I heard. Yeah, they're like, they were just like, yeah, we're just gonna do it, and you know, you can just deal with it. Now, I don't know how much it costs to really manufacture a disc, but these game companies will have you believe that they just hemorrhage money by doing it. And I don't know if it's true. You know, I just straight up don't know it's true. But the problem is, like I said before you came on, that it's PlayStation will do this. They'll cut the digital deluxe, or they'll cut the digital. They'll go strictly digital, but they're not going to slash the price. You know,
No,
they're keep the same price. And it's like, well, I thought that the price of the disc cost like was factored into the price. So why is it still getting more expensive? Like, like what do you do? Like Nintendo does it the other way. Nintendo will have a discount if you buy it digital because it doesn't cost them nothing. So it's just like, why is it going backwards?
Is it? Excuse me. Is it the like Nintendo first party games that are getting discounted? Because I don't think I've ever seen any other titles on the Switch that
Yeah,
ever
I believe
got
it's
discounted.
only first parties. Like the example I saw used was like a Yoshi thing.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's
So
like I think it's like $10 cheaper for digital.
right, right. So I know that when Sony first started doing digital releases, like you would see games that were cheaper on the digital storefront compared to physical copies, and they were, I believe they were $10 cheaper. Um, but I don't know why they did away with that. Now there's rumors going around that if when the PS6 releases and it goes like completely digital, um, they're going to go back to, you know, making the games cheaper. But I don't think that's going to happen.
They're not
I don't
gonna.
think
Yeah,
so.
I've seen
Yeah.
too much of that corporate stuff where once that greed, once that like, wait a minute, why would we choose to make
Mm-hmm.
like $20 to $30 less on each game purchase? We could just get more money. Like that's the other thing
Right.
too, is even like they're gonna take the wrong lessons from Valve's Steam Machine thing, and the PS6 is going to be $1,000 if not more.
It
Like,
most definitely. It's going to
yeah,
be
so
dollars.
we're gonna end up paying a higher price than the thing with the disc drive is already more expensive than the digital PlayStation 5 was. We're gonna end up paying $1,000 or more for the PS6 that will have no physical ability, which also, barring the whole game things, PlayStations have like a very high 4K like DVD reader player, right? Like, so it's like you can
Mm-hmm.
get high quality movies and play it in your PlayStation instead of paying for a different player. It's right there, it'll play it, you know, and so
Right.
that's gone, you know, and this also just came out too that it's PlayStation just deleted a bunch of movies too, right? Like shortly before they announced this.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was, oh, Jesus Christ. It was a French company that was distributing the movies onto the storefront. The only thing is I don't know if it's worldwide or strictly in France. I forget the name of the company. I was just listening to Colin Moriarty's podcast before getting home, but they were just talking about it too. Um, it's a damn shame that they can actually do something like that. But the thing is there's a pretty big difference between movies and video games, right? Because movies have a whole different licensing agreement, and it's not through like individual publishers. Like, there's no Konami of movies, there's no Square Enix of movies or anything like that. It's you got the company that makes the movie, and they got the publishing company that goes into like, puts it on the different storefronts. So yeah, it's basically that company, that's a French company. It got rid of like 500 plus movies, removed it from people's libraries. It's crazy.
Yeah, Noxie says I recently had to replace my PS5. I bought a PS5 Pro and it cost me about $1,000. Yeah, I think it's for the Pro. I think it's like up to like 900 or like 800 and something. Like they're high up there now. And
yeah,
it's only getting worse.
Yeah, and mind you, there's no disk drive in it. These PS5 Pros don't have a disk drive. There's no stand, so you're looking at it 1,000 plus.
So here's the this was from Insomniac's leaks when everyone hacked their files and stuff. So they were able to see the PlayStation numbers, physical versus digital sales. So God of War Ragnarok had 76% physical sales versus 24% digital. Which is actually crazy because I actually bought Ragnarok digital, so that's surprising.
I still haven't bought it.
I think it's free now. So like, if you have the PlayStation Plus,
what?
If you have the PlayStation catalog thing,
I haven't had Plus since 2019, 2020. So
that was
ever since the PS5.
That's an odd time to cancel that. Like, you're like, all right, it's January of like 2020. I want to get outside more and not play so many games. I'm gonna cancel PS Plus.
I upgraded my computer. I spent all that COVID money on upgrading my computer. So I went that route.
So Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga, 63% physical, 37% digital. Again, I bought this digital, so it's getting pretty funny. Astrobot, 55% physical, 45% digital. Marvel's Spider-Man 2, 54% physical, 46% digital. Assassin's Creed Mirage, 49% physical, 51% digital. I bought Mirage, but I bought it physical because, like I said, I bought every Assassin's Creed game physical.
Oh, so of course.
That is interesting because we're getting closer and closer to the split. Resident Evil 4 Remake, 45% physical, 55% digital. Hogwarts Legacy, 44% physical, 56% digital. Star Wars Jedi Survivor, 40% physical, 60% digital. So, but if you look at these, like Ragnarok, Spider-Man, Astrobot, these are the PlayStation ones, right? Ragnarok was physical. Spider-Man was physical. Astrobot was physical. But, so obviously, like they're the ones that have to make the other people's games, I assume is how it would work. So, so they obviously, they're like, whatever. Well, these ones down here, they're more digital, but ours were more, so it's just odd. Like the numbers don't necessarily support their decision, I would say.
Right.
Now, and yeah.
So here's what I need to ask, right? This is my first time actually seeing this leak. So this is the Insomniac leak. We're talking about the people that made Ratchet and Clank,
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Yeah. So a Sony property, right? Like a Sony people. Except it's the developer. It's not Sony itself. Where does Insomniac get the numbers for all the third-party titles? Like, it's understandable for first party. Like, yeah, you could see within your company. It's But the third-party titles, I mean, how does Sony, I mean, not Sony, but how does Insomniac get those numbers?
I have no idea. I assume just Sony tracks everything, but with the physicals, yeah, like how would they know what percent? Like there might be a survey or a knowledge pool, or I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I'm not doubting the numbers. I'm not doubting them at all.
Yeah,
it's just curiosity peak. That's all it was.
Yeah, it's just like it is interesting. Of like, how do you measure physical purchases without working through Walmart, Amazon, And like if they know PlayStation, knowing PlayStation stuff makes sense. I suppose if PlayStation makes the discs for PlayStation games, they have a number somewhere of how much they sent somewhere to
Right.
know, like they know how much is sold versus how much they still haven't sold or whatever. So I guess that's more or less their way to measure it. Because this isn't about like, I assume this isn't counting Xbox and PC, and Nintendo, so like this isn't counting all that. So this is strictly with PlayStation, I assume. Now, I didn't know that these numbers were in the Insomniac leak, but I just know that everything was leaked, so it makes sense.
But still, this is pretty telling that a pretty good majority of people still buy physical copies. Like, it's not the numbers that Sony reported where they said it was an 80-20 split, where 80% was digital. Like that.
I think I could believe that 80-20 split if it was average of like all of their games that were given in the catalog, like downloads, right? Because when you're paying for PlayStation Plus and they have these games, it's like, yeah, I'll add it to the library. That's how I'm playing GTA 5 right now. I owned the copy, but I owned the 360 copy, and I'm not going to play it on the 360. I'm going to do the modern one, right? So I'm going to use the PS Plus version to play it. And so that counts probably as a purchase of GTA 5 on the PlayStation Store, right? Digital. So it could be that.
It very well could be. That's the thing that Sony does actually need to disregard, is that anybody that got the game through PlayStation Plus, eliminate those people. Any game that is only on the digital storefront, eliminate that. And then that's how you're going to give us the numbers.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it's going to be around, say, a 60-40, where 60 is physical.
So not only that, but Sony has allegedly, rumoredly, or whatever, been removing the play times of games for physical discs on the PS5. There's no current hours played, right? Like you would get here, this is a digital game, says played 9 hours, but this physical game does not list your game time. I don't know if this is on purpose, some type of weird malicious, like, well, if it's a digital game, you're getting an extra feature of being able to see your play time or something, but it's something's off about it. And like I said, I don't know if it's intentional or not, but it's very weird, very odd for them. But Sony, really, their big moment of this is a problem, is that everyone has been dogpiling them for the past like 6 days in a row or something. They didn't even tweet for 4 of them. Sony and PlayStation went completely radio silent, to where their tweet about Spider-Man was quote tweeted to hell. And all the replies are like, Sony, you suck. Like, so like, it just could not breathe. And it took them days to finally tweet. People have gone back to a tweet from 2013 where they were making fun of Xbox. Remember how Xbox tried to stop you from sharing your games?
Yep, I remember that clearly.
And PlayStation was, as they were the opponent, right? They had to go like, well, we're gonna show you, right? So they said that PS4 supports used games. Huge applause. PS4 won't impose any new restrictions on your use of PS4 game discs. And look how proud they were to say that, standing up against the old oppressors of Xbox. And so people have now gone back to that tweet and have replied it with just like, and now look what you've become. So
see, I think this is where the internet can come together, hold hands, and give it real good to the man, right?
Series of Bats is here. Hello, Series of Bats says, don't forget to hit that like. That is true. If you have not liked, and subscribed as this point in the stream or this point in the video when this is clipped out and uploaded later. Do not forget to like and subscribe. Yeah. So just not only that, but Domino's announced that they are moving away from physical pizzas and will be doing digital pizzas only. And you can download their codes for pizzas at any time. And
I will be sure to boycott Domino's too.
Which that's probably a big loss for them.
No, my fat ass, very true.
But no, and so even when Sony did tweet finally again, Domino's was right there to say, like, when's the digital pizzas? But not only that, and I don't have it pulled up here sadly, but PlayStation's tweet where they announced this was like had 11, I think, total now community notes that just are all about how like this is not only is it bad for the consumer and how it's anti-consumer and all this stuff, but think of what got overlooked was the indie game developers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Indie game developers that rely on having physical things, and you know that they probably do get a lot of like digital things, but you know they can reach a wider audience. So there's so many of those quote tweets about it, and PlayStation has even gone as far as to delete the quote tweets, or not the quote tweets, the community notes, but they keep coming back up. Like they're like, no, we don't want these community notes here. It's bullshit. And then they more come, cut off one head and two more take its place. And PlayStation is not being able to outrun this. So I don't know if they'll reverse course. It would be a big deal if they did, but I think that greed will win out in the end, and that they'll say that, well, regardless, we know that our casual people, the people that only buy NBA, Madden, and Call of Duty, they will finance us. They will fund us for years to come in digital purchases only. And
we'll wait for the whales.
Yeah, we'll wait for the whales. So
yeah.
And finally, you could be this guy, and in Columbus, Ohio, trade all his old Xbox 360 collection for over $1,000 in store credit, and left with new PS5 games instead.
God damn. Well, I could have given him 1,001.
Yeah.
Why didn't he come to me? That's a GameStop meme right there, right? That is like with new PS5 games. What, like two PS5 games? Well, no, he said $1,000.
Yeah, well, no, because the PS5 has no game. So what did he even walk out with?
Oh, so he left with like, okay, yeah, with like
he left with Astro Boy or Astrobot. He left with Astrobot.
Yeah.
So yeah, Zombie Boy says Sony will just make the disc as glorified key to access the digital game. That's what they did. You have to have the disc to play the game, even though it like requires to be installed and it requires internet to download and all this stuff. It'll be like, even if you have the physical game, it locks you. It's like, no, you don't get the digital copy too, just because you own the disc, except for some reason when I bought Horizon Zero Dawn for the PS4, it came with a code inside that also gave me the game.
Did it?
Yeah. Like I bought it new. I bought like the like not really like it was like the complete edition or whatever it was, but it's like, yeah, here's your code for the complete edition, and I upload the code and it was like, yeah, here's the game, and I'm like, okay, and I was able to give the game to like my cousin who they just bought their PS4. It's like, oh, here you go, this game's good, and so yeah, it was like just the whole ass game inside the game, like that's how it should be done.
I'm looking for my copy of Horizon Zero Dawn to see if I missed it. Oh, no code.
No. Well, yeah,
You know,
well, like I said, it was like the edition after the DLC had come out. So.
Oh, okay. I misheard you.
Yeah, so it was like the complete edition, whatever it was, but it had the special art on it. But yeah, because I had bought it like way later. Yeah, Russian nesting games is bad. Exactly. Like it's like I want to buy a game and I want to get my game with my game. Get 2 games for the price of 1 game. And it was also like it was on Amazon. It was years after the fact, so I think it was like $15 or something. So it was like $15 for 2 games of the same game. So